These are the 5 whiskey distilleries we'll never buy from again.
Hi, I'm Taryn.
And hi, I'm Jonathan, and welcome to Whiskey Break.
And today we're going over the 5 distilleries that we avoid. Maybe not like the plague, but we do avoid them and probably won't buy products from them again. But this is something that we've seen a lot of YouTubers do, and we kind of closely relate to Gentleman in Whiskey the most. He's kind of the one who inspired us to do this little challenge. We think he did a great job, so I'll put him in the description if you guys want to go check that video out. But without further ado, I think we just hop right into it.
Let's do it.
Before we hop into our full list, we're going to go over what I like to call cuspers. These are the distilleries that didn't necessarily make our top 5 mentions.
Yeah, we can maybe call these the dishonorable mentions since they are what we avoid. But yeah, these can all kind of fit in one category that we can call just like premium non-distilling producers. These are the companies that don't make their own whiskey, but have apparently very special barrels from other companies, and they charge a premium for that. And those companies are Old Carter, Foregate, and Nashville Barrel Company. We've really considered getting bottles from all these distilleries.
Yeah.
But the absolute cheapest we've seen from any of these is $100, and Old Carter and Foregate, I don't think they make a single thing under $200. So it's just been one of those that we haven't been willing to pay up for. We're not necessarily against the idea of non-distilling producers or like selling these barrels on a markup. I mean, ultimately, we really don't care what the age is or what it was made. As long as the whiskey tastes really good, and we think whiskey can taste $200 good, then that's fair for us. But it's just, for never having a taste of it, it's a lot to dive in head first. And so
let us know if you guys like them too. I mean, we're easily persuaded.
Yes. Right now, we are avoiding them, but that could change in the future. That's why I didn't quite make that top 5.
The first distillery up is Willet.
Yeah, so we have their 4-year cask strength rye here. That's the only Willet bottle we actually own. And we got this a few years ago, and I feel like back then, the rye market wasn't quite what it is now. There weren't as many options, and a 4-year cask strength rye for 65 to 70, that tastes pretty good, kind of gets there. But I think now there's just so many better options in the price range. At least this is getting more findable, so it's not like allocated and expensive. But for the same price, we're recommending Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof Rye.
Yes.
Redwood Empire Emerald Giant Cask Strength.
Yes.
Plenty of different MGP rye picks that you can probably find for way cheaper.
There's just so much good rye out there. I think we've heard this a couple times, especially from like the bourbon junkies, but this is like the year of the rye.
Yeah.
There's just so many good rye releases that I don't know if I'd recommend this.
They just overshadow it. I just went back to it. Again, it's not terrible, but it is very youthful, very piney. Just, again, nothing unique. They need to bump that age statement at least, I think, to be competitive. And then on the flip side, we haven't tried any Willet bourbon, even like the cheaper ones. But I think the Purple Tops was, like when we first got into whiskey, one of our attainable unicorns, because there's always a chance that you get lucky at a Total Wine or some grocery store or something like that when they get a single barrel pick. And at MSRP back then, it was doable, under $200, and you get a really hard to find bottle that you can never get before. But now, even if we got lucky, 8-year bourbon picks are like MSRP of $300 to $400, and that's just not for us.
Yeah, we saw one in San Diego. That was crazy price.
Yeah.
There was some crazy stuff.
Yeah, and for them to be from all different sources, different mash bills, all over the place, that's just way too much for us to spend on just something that, because it's hard to find and rare. So I think they're just one of those that we're just never going to buy again.
Yeah, and again, it is hard to find. So we avoid it. If you're liking this video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Thanks for watching. Let's get back into it.
Next up, we have the Maker's Mark Distillery.
Yeah, Maker's Mark. It is something that we started off with as, like kind of an entry-level distillery. It's something that we've heard great things about and wanted to like their products, but I think it just isn't quite our profile. And yeah, again, we've tried so many things and it's not for us.
Yeah, we have owned both Maker's Mark Normal, Maker's Mark Cask Strength, a few different store picks. We have since given them away to people that enjoy the profile more, but just we tried and just nothing really stuck.
Yeah, it's funny. I do think it's hilarious that they change their bottles every 2 seconds. And we go to a store and I'm just like, is that a new one? And Jonathan's like, nope, it's just a new label.
Especially the 46 line, they've gone through 4 or 5 integrations, I swear.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. I mean, huge disclaimer too, we are not big wheated bourbon fans. Mm-hmm. We've said that probably in many videos, but yeah, it's just not quite our profile. We wish we liked it because it's so available. We see it everywhere. I mean, the red wax is just, very distinguished on the shelf, but just not for us.
We love how available and affordable a lot of the releases are.
Yes.
We wish we liked the profile, but even not liking wheated bourbon, there's quite a few other distilleries that we at least like some aspects of their wheated bourbon, and just Makers is just not for us at all.
Yeah, not for us. Don't like it. The next distillery we avoid is Blue Run.
Yeah, if you've watched enough of these videos on WhiskeyTube, it shouldn't surprise you that Blue Run makes this list. Just value is not their strong suit, and that's the main reason why it makes it for us.
Yeah, agreed. I think the product itself, the whiskey, is just generic. It's very generic, and unfortunately, it just is not unique enough for us to spend our money.
Yeah, I think the bottles, obviously, it's great packaging, everything like that. Great gift bottle. And I think, like Taryn said, generic is a perfect word for it. There's nothing outright bad about it. There's no, terrible flaws. I
mean, these are gorgeous bottles.
Yeah.
I think they're some of the best looking bottles in the game. They're beautiful. They photograph great. And I understand, them trying hard with that when the product might not be up as high as they would like.
I wouldn't be mad drinking any of this, but it does not live up to the $80 to $100 price tag. It just really falls short. There's so many better options out there. And with that said, from what I've seen, these are 2 of their better reviewed releases. So it's not like there's some special release from them that's worth chasing or really lives up to the hype. We haven't seen it. And we're just going to pass from now on, unless they get on clearance under 60 or anything like that. But at that, again, 100 and above, it's just not coming home with us.
Exactly.
Next up, Four Roses Distillery.
Yeah, this one hurts, actually, because we really wanted to like Four Roses. It is something that we hear people talk amazing things about, and we wanted to be the cool kids. We wanted to like Four Roses. We obviously have tried so many of their products, so many of their picks, and we just can't do it.
I mean, again, we've got 3 of their single barrel proof, probably supposed to be their best bottle that they put out. And, you might also ask, why did you keep buying them? And I think we just started at first with our first 2 picks were the high rye recipe. So then our third pick was a low rye from a reputable liquor store that picks a lot of good barrels and just still wasn't up our alley. And so I think we're finally done. These picks are now way above $100. I mean, not way above, but they never below $100. And so we're just not going to keep trying all the recipes. Like Taryn said, we really wanted to like it because if you know us, we love unique stuff. And so a distillery that has 10 unique recipes where in theory all of the bourbon tastes completely different and it's a fun experience and everything like that, that sounded awesome to us. And again, we've tried 3 unique recipes now. None of them are...
I know, and it always sounds good. They're like, this is flowery and beautiful, and it's just I just don't get that.
Delicate and fruity.
I don't, I think of it more as a zodiac sign. This is OESK, that's the Capricorn of the group, but it's it's so funny, but I really wanted to like it, and I just don't.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll try a LE at the bar or something like that, and that'll blow our socks off, but just, we're out on Four Roses for now. Finally, we have Breckenridge Distillery.
Yes. This one's kind of interesting. It is a craft distillery in Colorado, if you haven't heard of it. But we fully went to the distillery with the intentions of, trying all their products and buying bottles ultimately. And unfortunately, we had a really bad experience. We won't go into too much detail. I don't think it's super necessary, but we didn't get to try too much, and everything was quite pricey.
Yeah.
And they just didn't quite treat us as well as we had hoped.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those that we had kind of a tainted experience at the distillery itself, and that just kind of ruined it for us in wanting to get some of their products.
Yeah, I think everything Taryn said is correct, and just trying them out of plastic cups that they had there, none of their products really shined or was a must grab for us. So we're okay just passing on it.
Yeah.
But we hope for a little bit more of a fun distillery experience while we're on vacation. And this was a few years ago, but we were actually staying in Steamboat Springs. And now we find out that Mythology Distillery moved to Steamboat Springs. And so that would have been really awesome if that happened while we were there, because we do like Mythology's whiskey.
Yes.
And it just seemed like the whole distillery grounds is really cool out there. So if you're in Colorado or the Steamboat area, that might be worth taking a look at.
Yes. We generally love supporting craft distilleries. It's something that we truly like, and we don't mind paying a little up for these bottles just because we know that they're, crafted. Mm-hmm. And this one's just one we'll avoid just because of that experience that we had.
And that rounds out our top 5. Obviously, all our palates are different, so let us know in the comments which distillery we avoid that you actually love, or vice versa, and we'll just figure it out together.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll see you back next Monday.